You want to do the intro?
What's going on? Are we editing this?
I guess we can edit it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to edit this.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm Brian. This is me, Madre.
Hey, Madre. I'm Madre. Me, Madre.
It's my mom, Diana. And tonight, we are playing questions that we've always wanted to ask. If you don't answer a question that we have written up and put in cups, if you don't answer the question, you have to take a shot, or you can just answer the question truthfully. If you know me, I'm an open book.
All right.
This thing.
Yeah, Sean.
That's a good drink. All right, let's get this rolled on the show.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
Wait.
So you know when you read your question,
I gotta.
it's for you.
Got it.
Okay.
Do you know who the love of your youth life was? Do you stay in touch? That's funny. I just drew the question. Yes, I do know the love of my youth was, because the love of my youth is still the love of my youth. I'll take a shot for that.
You're only supposed to take a shot if you don't want to answer. Okay, never mind. Carry on, son. You play however you want. That's what I want to do. You're refilled. All right. When you were little, what did I think you were going to be when you grew up? Wow. I had no idea what you were going to be. Because you didn't aspire to be anything. And you were I didn't know what you were going to be. You were really good at music. I thought you would probably do something in the music industry because you weren't good at following directions. But you also were really into music. But then I also thought that you would have ended up being a comedian.
Well, there you have it, kids. If you aspire to be nothing, then you are everything. That is true gold. True gold.
And no way for me to be disappointed in you.
Exactly. Can't be disappointed if you had no goals in the first place. How can you fail? How many bodies do you have? I have one physical body. I don't know about the rest.
You're an idiot. Your sister volunteered that question.
Caitlin asked this? Well, if you must know.
Okay.
Too late, I'm pulling up my list.
Oh, God. No, we don't need a list. Okay, we got it. That's okay. You answered it. You got one body. Brian. The body of Brian.
I mean, I got a number if you want to.
No.
Do I have to take a shot?
No, you answered the question. Would you like to take a shot?
I didn't answer the question. I'll just take a shot.
You can answer if you want to answer.
So you want to know the number? I'm just confused on what you want here.
What do you want to do?
I just take the shot. I'll save you all from public embarrassment.
Exactly. And I would hate.
But if you must know.
But I would hate for my future daughter-in-law to see and be like, absolutely not.
She knows I'm a roughneck.
Oh, God, Jesus.
She knows I'm a dirty boy. Nasty. What they used to call us nasty boys.
No, you used to call yourself freak nasty. That was so weird.
They used to call me Big Daddy Freak Nasty back in the day.
All right. What was I the most afraid of as a child? Characters. Anything in a costume. You were not doing it. Anything in a character costume. Chick-fil-A cow, the Red Robin, Anything at Disney, oh, Disney World was probably the worst experience ever. To see you dodging Winnie the Pooh and Goofy and Pluto and Mickey and Minnie, all of just.
It's understandable. I can't see your face. I don't know if you're crazy. You can't, if I can look in your eyes, I can look in your eyes and know, oh, hey, this person might be all right. But when you have on a mask, I can't talk to your eyes. You could be in there, you could have no eyes. I wouldn't know.
You do realize that they have to have eyes, right? Because they have to be able to see to move around in a costume.
That's not the point. What's something you did that I don't know about?
Is it recording? Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Something that I did that you don't know about.
Are you gonna take a shot?
I'm gonna take a shot to that because there's some things that I did that she don't know about. Cheers.
Did you slurp your drink?
That's a strong drink.
Really?
It's been marinating.
Your handwriting is absolutely horrible. Did you just bitch?
It was on.
Excuse me. Did I do anything creepy as a kid that scared you? Yes. You used to sleepwalk.
Still.
Yeah. Your sleepwalking was scary. So when you were a toddler, you would disappear, like especially out of your granny's bed. Like you'd be asleep, and then she would wake up, and one day she panicked and called me and was like, I can't find Brian. I was like, what do you mean you can't find him? You had climbed in the corner behind a dresser. Because you were always so small. Mm-hmm. You were asleep behind a dresser.
That's crazy.
You would always sleepwalk. But the creepiest sleepwalking incident was after I had gone to the movie to see Paranormal Activity. Mm-hmm. And you hadn't been feeling well, I think, a couple of days before. And you were a teenager and you like walked down in the dark. I was down there and that was creepy as hell. That was creepy. Okay.
Oh excuse me. You folded yours all neat and nice.
You wrote yours all sloppy and messy.
Says a lot about my character. Something about yourself people would never assume by meeting or seeing you. People actually would never know that I can play the piano.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And that I'm actually pretty good.
You're very good.
And I can also sing.
No, you don't. No, you don't, son. Whoa. Ooh, stop.
Yay. I actually did a voiceover for Chris Brown. Girl, tell me about this, have you seen her? And when I'm into you. And I did some of his dance moves.
Was I a faster or slower learner in school? You were a very fast learner in school. You were that kid that did not have to study. You would hear it, you would read it, you would see it, you would comprehend it, you had it, and you never studied. The fact that you always scored like off the charts in your testing and passed all your tests, just wouldn't do the stupid homework.
If only I applied myself.
Really. The teachers all said that. But you did a great job because you did other stuff.
Yeah, but school is such a scam. Why am I going to pay money for you to teach me things that I can learn on my own? You're stealing all of our money. That's why I don't go to school.
But you were in classes.
I did some classes, and I realized it was taking all my money. So
But the military paid for it, huh? We'll talk about that later.
What is your most embarrassing moment? Actually, truth be told, it is near impossible for me to be embarrassed.
Why is that?
It is because I don't care what people think. Like I don't care about people's like judgments. I don't care about what they care about. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't care. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you don't pay any of my bills, or if you're not like a major factor in my life, you can kind of think what you want to think.
What my phrase was? I used to tell you all the time.
Well,
if it's not detrimental to your existence, it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant, yeah, and that is true. But I think early on, it was an embarrassing time. I'm gonna come back to that.
You got an embarrassing thing you gotta think about?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, I was embarrassed once.
What was my worst habit? Oh, I don't know that you really had a habit that was bad. You didn't really have a bad habit.
I have a bad habit of not having bad habits.
Yeah. You didn't really have a bad habit. You did stupid stuff, but there was really nothing that was a habit, like something that I couldn't break you from doing that was bad.
It's because I like doing bad things with my friends. Because it's fun. Like smoking with cigarettes.
You were smoking cigarettes?
I've never put my lips on a cigarette. I've smoked a black, but never a cigarette.
Okay. They're disgusting. It's a disgusting habit. Make your lungs all funky.
I'm really trying to remember. No, I don't think I've ever smoked a cigarette.
Good.
There might have been one time when I was drunk.
What? You smoked when you were drunk?
Let me explain. I was pretty drunk. And I wasn't. Hey, and everybody that I was around was smoking a cigarette.
So you do what other people do?
No, listen.
You're a follower?
Oh, I'm definitely not a follower. What happened was, we were in the middle of heated conversation. We were drinking. I was heavily intoxicated. And Blake passed me his cigarette.
So Blake is the bad influence.
I'm the bad influence.
But you were following behind Blake.
But he passed me the cigarette, and I wasn't thinking about it or paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like everybody was smoking a cigarette, and you know how like you're just in a group. Like if somebody were to say the name like Jason, like 5 times in the conversation, and then like you're talking to somebody and like, yeah, Jason. Oh, I don't know why I just said Jason. It's just because I heard Jason. Mm-hmm. It was like that. Like everybody was smoking a cigarette.
So if Blake would have cashed you a line of coke, you would have done that too?
Yeah, we've been there before.
I know you're lying. So.
I mean, yeah, that's baby stuff. Anyways, onwards. Next question. Coke isn't that bad.
No, you just answered the question.
Oh.
Yours was the cigarette.
What? No. My last question was, what is your most embarrassing moment? And I didn't.
Okay, never mind. Okay, go ahead.
What
I thought mine was your worst habit.
Yeah, and then you said I don't have any bad habits. You said I didn't have any bad habits.
I thought you said what was your most. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. When was the last time you were angry? Do you think it was worth it? I don't get angry a lot, often, or actually at all. Oh no, the last time I was angry was yesterday at Arnold.
Arnold almost got these hands. It was gonna be bad for Arnold.
There's a few things that I get angry
Actually,
about.
Arnold wasn't gonna get the hands. Arnold was gonna get a good tongue lashing because I was about to let him have it.
Well, Arnold was gonna get my hands.
Yeah, it was bad.
There's a few things that I don't play about. That's my money, my alcohol, and my mama. If my mama tell you to shut up and you don't shut up, now I gotta make you shut up. Arnold, my mama told Arnold to shut up. Arnold didn't want to shut up.
Actually,
So Arnold Ramos got these stickies.
what I said to Arnold was...
You told him to stop talking to you.
Arnold, stop talking to me.
Arnold didn't stop talking to you.
Stop talking to me, Arnold.
Oh, I was finna, ooh.
Why are you still talking to me, Arnold?
Arnold wouldn't shut up. So I told Arnold, hey, I'm about to hit you. I'm gonna pop you. I was like, Arnold!
When did you say that?
You don't remember me saying that?
What I remember hearing is, Arnold, if my mama had to tell you to stop talking to her one more time, I'm gonna make you stop talking to her.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, Arnold.
Same concept, different words.
If my mama gotta tell you to stop talking to her one more time,
Yeah,
I'm gonna make you stop talking to her. Arnold was like,
poor Arnold.
huh.
He didn't understand what was about to happen.
Huh.
I hate to be that person.
I don't.
But I don't play with my kids. It was definitely justified.
Sometimes
He was very an adult man was very out of line and disrespectful to my 16-year-old daughter, and I had to.
He was finna catch the stickies.
I had to remind him this is not the place, and I'm definitely not the mother to fool with. So.
And these hands will stick to you.
Yeah, it was bad. So okay, so my.
Okay, sorry.
Why do I feel like none of this is going to need to be edited?
No, we have to edit the dead space. Like dead space, and then like we're
Do
going.
we have any dead space? I don't think there's dead space.
Well, so like when we go through and edit, like this part right here will be edited out.
I don't have the editing software right here.
Well.
Yeah. So let's just keep going.
Well, we're gonna have it because it's gonna be too long.
Okay. What song did I listen to on repeat?
I don't remember this one.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna see if you remember it.
Jackie Moon.
Baby, who wants to love me sexy?
Yeah, Love Me Sexy.
Baby, who's ready to lick me sexy? Yeah, that's my jam. Before that, you know what it was?
What?
I love me some chicken head.
I don't remember hearing that through the house. I don't remember that.
2 Live Crew.
Mm.
I used to play them a lot.
And you played a lot of NWA.
Yes, I love NWA.
Mm-hmm. You still listen to 2 Live Crew a lot.
Oh yeah, I was just listening to it this morning.
God, Jesus. Remember when you played 2 Live Crew in the school zone?
Yeah. It was my birthday, and I was lit, and it was in the morning time, and I was blasting my 2 Live Crew, and the little security officer, because I used to live by a school, and I was going through the school zone blasting 2 Live Crew, and the little security officer was like, Sir, there are children here, may you turn it down. I was like, yeah, all right. I pulled right in the school parking lot, blasting 2 Live Crew. All you heard was, everybody up with that. Blasting. Some of the little kids got a little hype. Hey. Other little kids like, oh my God. Kids. I mean,
is it?
Oh, it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hidden talent no one knows about. You don't want to know that. Yeah. I mean, there are some people who know about it, but you know.
Okay, got it. All right.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah. You know
got
what I mean?
We got it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever drop me as a baby? Yes.
I knew it.
More than once.
I knew it. That's what me and Lex was laughing about.
Oh God, I remember the first time you fell off the bed. It was quite a few times. And then one time I was just tired. I was doing something and I thought I was putting you in the crib. But actually, you weren't really in the crib. Yeah, it was a couple of times I dropped you.
Are you high?
No, I never did drugs. Didn't even start drinking until I was an adult. You were probably like 2 before I even started. Well, I take that back. I my first time when I was like 17, and I got really, really drunk, and I vowed to never get drunk again. Because I was like, I don't like that feeling. I was sick for like 3 days. But then, but no, never did any drugs or alcohol or anything. Of course, you know, I never smoked. And yeah, but, and then you used to drop yourself though. So, and when I say that, like, you were a daredevil. You would climb things and you would fly off. Like, you would climb on the dresser and you would dive off the dresser. You climb on the bed, you dive off. I don't know who you thought you were or why you were doing it.
Was I high?
I don't know, because there were never any drugs or alcohol around you. But you were out of control. And you were always injuring yourself. How you never broke anything, I don't know. But I swear I was like in the ER almost every week. And I was like, these people are going to call Child Protective Services on me. It was like one time you bit through your tongue, and then another time your earring went through your ear, and it was always something. You were always into something.
Well, danger's my middle name.
Clearly. Why are you breathing like that?
Is that my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. That was me. I asked if you asked if I had ever dropped yours today.
Will you marry?
Yeah, read the question.
Will you marry Lex someday?
No, I crossed Lex out.
You didn't cross not a nothing out.
Oh, I did. Sorry. Okay, yeah. That's it.
Look, let me put it to you like this.
Mm-hmm.
If Lex so decides
Mm-hmm.
that she wants to be with me,
Mm-hmm.
then we'll be together.
Amen. Look at God. My future daughter-in-law. Are there any family secrets that you've kept secret? Not that I can think of. I definitely am not pregnant. Family secrets. No. I don't think we have any. I'm pretty, with everything, I've always been like really, really open. Because I don't like it to be secrets. Like, mm-mm. Why, you can think of a family secret?
I just want to know.
I ain't brainwashed it. Read your question, boy.
You ain't take no shot yet.
Because I've been answering all of my questions. Ask your next question.
Who is your best friend? Truth be told, a lot of people think that I'm really conceited. They think I'm full of myself.
No, you're just confident.
I'm just very confident, and I'm also full of myself.
Yes, you are.
Yes, but I do have a best friend. His name is Willie Blake. Call him Wiz. That is my best friend. We have been through.
The bad influence that gave you the cigarette.
Me and Blake are equally bad influences on each other. I think a good best friend gets you into trouble, and out of trouble. And we have done both for each other over the years. We've been friends for about 6 years. And it's my boy.
Oh, Blakey Blake.
Lizzie Blake, can't share too many of us.
The kid.
Yeah. It's my bro.
I answered this already.
Yeah, you did. I already know what you're talking about. Don't even take a shot. You have to take a shot.
I do not. I'm going to answer the question again.
No, you have to take a shot.
Okay, so the question is did you do drugs or drink while you were pregnant with me?
Sure.
No. Listen, I couldn't even eat while I was pregnant with you. So I think even if I were a drinker, then I mean I definitely would not have done it while I was pregnant. But you made me so sick while I was pregnant. It was just horrible. I'm gonna take it. Alright.
Man, let's get up.
It's your turn, B.
Oh, hold on. I was getting something. People's here.
Pull a question, boy. Let's editing because I don't have the editing software on here. So I don't think it's gonna be too long. I've seen people put up like 30 an hour long videos.
Have you ever kissed a midget? No! I have never kissed a midget, and
Little person. I think little person is the I wrote midget, but I think it's little person.
Little
I always
person.
get confused because they change it.
So the littlest person I have ever done anything with. She was 4'11". She was not a midget.
She's a little person.
She was just really
small.
small. She actually might have been about 5'2". 5'2". Maybe even 5'3".
Actually, Tana gave me the little person question, but her question was a little bit more detailed, and I was like, yeah, I gotta make this, yeah.
So I actually have, a secret. It's not even secret. Everybody knows that I hang with. I want to see a midget stripper.
They're out there.
And when we were in New York last month, they were like, they're like, you know how they have like the people out on the streets, and they're like, yeah, come to our show, comedy show, strip club.
Was a little person.
This dude came up to us.
Wanted to see a dude midget?
No, Mom.
Or little person?
No.
Not midget, little person.
Listen.
Is it little person? Is that a political correct phrase?
I just call them midgets.
No, because I think that's disrespectful. You don't want to be disrespectful.
They call me black.
That's not disrespectful. Now, if they called you the N-word, that would be.
Well, they call me that too.
Okay, but still.
They're like, what's good? Anyway, so the dude was trying to get us to come to the strip show. And he was like, yo, we got tickets right now. And then we were all like, man, nah, we don't want to see that, blah, blah, blah. We were like brushing them off. He was like, yo, we got a midget stripper. And I was like,
to my game changer.
yeah, I was like, oh, thump. Plot twist. I'm sorry, sir. Did you say you have a midget stripper? So the whole group turned around and was like,
because they all knew?
Everybody already knew.
So why didn't you go?
Because he was lying.
He was
he was
lying?
Because he told us, he was like, nah, man, I'm just playing. I'm just trying to get you to come to the show.
So you're hurt.
Don't play with my emotions. I want to see a midget stripper.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Little people stripper. Is that? Oh, yeah.
Do you think I have more of your good or bad qualities? Oh my God. I think you have both. So, you definitely have my sarcasm. You definitely have my logic. When it comes to, rationalizing things. You have my dark humor. I don't know. I think there's a balance of both. You're involved in a lot of things. I don't know. I guess that would probably be. I think you have a combination of both. I don't think there's more of one or the other. I don't think one outweighs the other. So, what do you think?
Honestly, I think I have. I don't know what qualities. So I know what qualities come from you. Mm-hmm. My networking abilities, me being involved in things and meeting people and interacting with people and doing. I know I get.
Yeah.
I know you have that. I get that from you, and it's my social skills and sarcasm. I feel honestly, it's hard to tell what I get from you and don't get from you because I don't know that other guy to be like, hey, I get this quality from him. So
So the qualities that you have from him. So let me. I'm trying to think of like the most, the best way to say it. Like, so you're a jerk, but you're like a likable jerk. And like a lot of the qualities that he has, I saw it really early on in you when you were younger. But I focused on bringing out those qualities to be likable qualities, to be more of strengths in you rather than being something that kind of repulsed people. He has those qualities, but they repulse people.
Gotcha.
So, like, he's a jerk, but he's not a likable jerk.
Gotcha.
And where his sarcasm may be funny coming from you because you say it in a humorous way, but you're interacting with people to make yourself a likable person. Mm-hmm. He says it and it's disrespectful because he's just an asshole.
Got you. Because I have him on Facebook, and
you see some of the stuff he posts.
I see what he posts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel the same way.
Right.
And it's like,
but coming from him is just weird.
Yeah. And we also take pictures alike. Apparently, well,
yeah. And y'all laugh alike. Take a question, boy.
Biggest pet peeve. You want to know what my biggest pet peeve is?
Yes.
I have a lot of pet peeves.
The biggest one. Or top two. Give me the top two.
Top two biggest pet peeves. That's hard. There's a list. I've got a list of pet peeves that I hate. Hate. I don't get upset about them. It's just like,
you're stupid. Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I think one of my biggest pet peeves is, I hate that, but also I hate a lot of things. I think honestly, my biggest pet peeve, and it's something that I yell at people. So I yell at people at work, but what I yell the most about people at work is they don't wash their hands.
Oh yeah, that's nasty.
I'll be in the bathroom and somebody will be in the bathroom before me,
nasty. And
while I'm using the bathroom, somebody will either leave the stall or leave the urinal and just walk straight out, and I'd be like,
yeah, it's nasty.
And then there's this one kid. I just walked into the bathroom, and so during the daytime, like I'm so anal about washing my hands. During the work day, I'll just get up and go wash my hands. Just because I'm like, oh, I've been touching things today. I need to wash my hands. It's because your hands do everything.
You notice I keep like sanitizer in my bag all the time.
Yeah. It's like you feed yourself with your hands. You
rub your eyes. You touch your face.
Exactly. It's like, oh, man, I got some on my face or whatever. It's like you use your hands for everything.
Right.
And your hands touch everything. So during the day, I just get up and I go wash my hands. So I got up, and when I was washing my hands, this kid comes out of the bathroom, and he's walking, and there was another dude that I knew in the bathroom, and he was in the process of washing his hands, and we were talking. He was like, oh, yeah, what's going on, Sergeant? Good to see you. And so this kid walks straight out of the back, like out of the urinal or the stall. Mm-hmm. And he walks, and he's walking past me, and I was at the very last sink, so he was about to go straight for the door. And
Did you stop him?
Yes. No, I was in mid conversation. I was like, yeah, good to see you. Hold on. Hey, where you going?
Oh God.
Hold on, I gotta do it. Can I curse?
What?
Can I curse?
You grown.
Alright.
This is going.
You're right. Because my work language is way worse than my family language.
And I'm still your mom.
Yeah, she's my mom. So, okay, I'll water it down. So I'm like, hey, where you going? It's like, oh, going back to work, Sergeant. I was like, yeah, got that. Where'd you just leave? He's like, oh, I was just using the bathroom. Yeah. so why is your next stop the sink? So wash your hands. And then he was, well, I was just going to get them dirty again. I was
Wait,
like,
what?
Yo,
They were not gonna have. You just have penis on your hands.
penis and feces. You wipe your butt with tissue. And I don't know about everybody else, but when I wipe, sometimes you get a little bit on your hands.
Oh, that never happens to me. What kind of wiping are you doing?
Obviously not good.
Oh my gosh!
Nobody gets stuff on their hands.
Never.
Come on now, you ain't got on your hands.
In 40 years, I can't remember one time that I got feces on my hands.
Come on, Moon. Oh, it's...
What kind of wiping are you using? 1 or 2 ply? Is your finger going through the tissue?
No, I'm in the army. There's nothing but 1 ply. Sometimes your finger will slip through. Do you remember the time
when you told me that there was no toilet tissue and you
had to use my sock? I had to use my sock. Anyways, every now and again,
disgusting.
But it doesn't matter. Fecal matter travels. Okay.
That is true.
And when you wipe, your hands down there in your butt, you're getting feces on there.
That's true.
And you was touching your penis, and you was. I'm getting mad all over again.
What did he do?
So he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get them dirty again, sorry." I said, "I didn't ask you if you were gonna get them dirty again. I asked you why wasn't your next stop."
Those soldiers hate you.
They don't hate me. I'm a very likable guy at work. There's things on my list that washing your hands is one of them.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves too, and that's so funny because that's probably my biggest.
It's just so natural.
I'm like, just wash your hands. It's really, really simple.
It is. It takes like a minute, 2 minutes out of your day.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Clean hands. And if it doesn't suds, they're not clean.
Yo, and if it doesn't suds,
put more soap.
If it doesn't suds,
more soap. Rinse it off. Yep. Get all that off. Rinse it. Yeah, absolutely.
And you gotta get under your nails, move up and down, blah blah blah.
I need you to do this with your hands. Make sure.
Long story short, I made him get his hands dirty all over again and washed them, and every time I saw him for the rest of that day.
Did you really?
Yes. He was like, "I'm just gonna get them dirty again." I was like, 2 weeks. Wash your hands right now. I got something for you. He washed his hands. I got him out there. Drop the top.
Okay, so hold on. Okay, so this is an off question, but I'm gonna ask you because I thought the pettiest punishment you gave your soldiers was the one that was late all the time with the clock that you had to walk around with. So what's the pettiest thing that you made your soldiers have to do?
Oh God, I'm real petty. I like creative punishments because I feel like that I get that from you.
Yeah, I'm creative.
I feel like you have to be creative with people because
your punishments used to be.
Mine were bad. I used to get punished bad. That's the point.
You never did that shit again, though.
Yeah, you gotta make people remember, like, I did this and this happened. So it's like.
I said I want to cuss. I said you never did stuff again. Yeah.
It's like you think you get it like, oh, when it's like you touch the stove. I touched the stove, it was hot, now my hands burn. So it's like, oh, I never want to do that again because I remember exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. If you just tell somebody, don't do that no more or whatever, you gotta make them remember. I'm real petty. I am real petty. When it comes to punishments.
Yeah, you get your pettiness from me.
Yeah, I'll be creative. One time this girl was late to my formation, and so I made her. I went and I spent my money on this clock that was about this big, and she had to walk around with that clock, and she had to check in with me every hour. And I don't even think the time was right on the clock. I think the time was off.
You didn't tell me that part.
I think the time was off for like a few hours on the clock. But whenever that clock hit the hour, I need to check in during the work day. And then after the work day, you need to check in, or it was on the weekends. So you check in with me every morning from 05.
So you gave it to her for like the whole week.
It was a week. From 05 until 1700, you check in with me every hour on the hour. And on the weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, you need to check in with CQ. You need to call me from the CQ desk every 3 hours. So, that's that. And she had to carry that clock around. That clock was with every formation, every detail, whatever she had to do, that clock was with her.
Did she stop being late after that?
Yeah, she wasn't late no more. You get tired of wearing a clock. Looking like Flavor Flav walking around.
Alright. Was that the pettiest thing you've ever done? Was the clock?
I don't know. I've been petty so many times.
Okay. That's why I said you would be a great drill sergeant. You soldiers would be
Hurt.
What age did you hate me the most? Oh my God. I never hated you. I just didn't like you.
That's fair.
Probably when I don't know. There was never really an age that I didn't like you. There was just times that I didn't like you. Like, you were just stupid. Like, you did the dumbest stuff. I mean, so the things that bothered me the most is like you would do stupid stuff and I would say, walk me through the process of what you were thinking. Why did you do that? And you look at me with the most blank stare and be like, I don't know.
Still my favorite excuse of all time.
I'm like, did your hamster stop moving on the wheel? Like, what's happening? So I have to say, there was really never a time that I hated you. I just didn't like you at certain times. Or if you didn't do the things that you were supposed to do, and then you would just be like, I just did it. I don't know. Well, what were you thinking? I don't know. Well, walk me through this. At what point did you say? That was when you just look at me like, I don't know. What you want to say? I want you to tell me what you did.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like that's the hardest thing. Like, don't ask me why I did it because I don't know why I did it. I just did it because it's something in my brain told me to do it. So it's like.
You remember you used to lie when you were little and you were at the Christian school? You used to be like, I don't know, the devil made me do it. You used to tell me that all the time. And that day I was like, well, the devil about to get a butt whooping today.
I figured the church could use that as an excuse. Why can't I?
So I was like, yeah, okay. Well, we about to whoop the devil. You're not getting a whooping.
I'm like, but no, I feel it. The devil not gonna feel it.
But when we whooping the devil, and then you kept saying, you were like, the devil's gone. He's gone.
Wait.
The devil's not even no more. Shake
Shake
the devil off.
I was so stupid.
Oh my God.
Shake the devil
You're
off.
like, shake the devil off.
Because that was the song they were singing in church. Shake the devil off. I don't even remember the song, but they used to say, shake the devil off. So
You was like, I'm shaking them off, Mommy. I'm shaking them off.
I thought it would work.
Oh, that was so funny. That didn't work.
How come Christians can do it, but I can't?
Yeah. Well, that sucks. You never talked about the devil before after that.
Yeah, because
The devil was gone.
I realized me and him might have a lot more in common than me and that other guy. What's your biggest insecurity? Wow. I'm going to take a shot.
Really?
Yes. I have one insecurity.
Okay.
And it's not physical.
Mental?
It's sure, we'll call it a mental insecurity.
I want to know what it is. You'll tell me when we finish?
Probably not. Read it. What does it say? You gonna read quick?
I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, but you still gotta ask the question.
Oh no!
I want them to know what you're drinking to.
Oh no! Because if I read it, I may as well just answer the question.
Let me see.
No, I'm gonna read it.
All right, go ahead, read it.
Were you trying to get pregnant, or did it just happen? That was kind of like both. Like I wasn't really trying, but like during the moment, it was like, yeah, why not? But I was young and I was stupid. But the upside is I have you. Jesus bless us all.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you
No.
have it. Whether it was intentional or not,
No.
I'm here. That was hard.
It is hard. It's solid. It's a solid bar.
Strong. Did you see that arm? Yeah.
Well,
Did you drink?
no, because I answered the question.
But you said you were going to drink. So now you just go back under work, huh? I'll put your Was that your first? You alright?
Well, you got up. That's my second one.
I scared you when I got up.
Thank you. It went down the wrong pipe. But
Would you rather be rich or famous? So it turns out I'm both. I'm actually not rich, but I am what they call low.
rich. Rich with love.
Anyways, so yeah, okay. Anyways,
Down the wrong pipe.
are you gonna live back there?
I'm not gonna die. Okay.
Yeah, don't die on my watch. Cause my job don't know I'm here.
Aren't you gonna leave?
No.
Boy, finish answering your question.
What was I saying?
Do you want to be rich or famous?
Do I want to be rich or famous? So,
Or would you rather be rich or famous?
I'd rather be rich or famous. I feel like one comes with the other. I don't know no rich people that ain't famous. I don't know no famous
I
people
know
that
a
ain't
lot
rich.
of rich people that are not famous.
You know, the behind the scenes people.
But rich could be in many forms. It doesn't just have to be financially.
You're right.
And there's a lot of famous people that are not rich.
You're right. I would rather be. Do I have to say would I rather be rich with?
You don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
I would rather be. I would rather be rich. So being famous, I feel is so overrated. See, I'm low-key famous. Low-key famous. Like, we be out.
You do know you're famous, like amongst my friends list.
Yeah.
And yours. Yeah.
I'm low-key famous. I can't go out without knowing somebody.
You're hood famous.
We'll call it hood famous. Every time I go out, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when, I always see somebody that knows me, that I know. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen you on Facebook or I've seen you on Snapchat. I know everybody. Anytime I go out, I always know somebody. And sometimes I get annoying because it kind of makes me like paranoid.
Everybody's always watching you. You never know who
exactly.
sees you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be rich with some money.
You're gonna be rich one day.
I like to
You're
think
already
so.
rich, like with love and all that. It's just a matter of finding your niche and saving your money right. Wait, what?
Huh?
Huh?
What was your question?
What did you say? Who was the first person you told that you were pregnant with me? Or that I told that I was pregnant with you?
Y'all can't see me back there. She making jokes the whole time.
They think they funny. Y'all not funny. The first person I told, probably, actually, it was your donor. Yep, he was the first person that knew that I was pregnant. Or that I thought that I was pregnant, because I didn't know for certain. And then Yeah, and then we found out it was like, shoot.
Dang nabbit.
I know. Yeah.
That's fair. What do you admire about me most?
About me.
What do I admire about you most?
Mm.
What I admire about my mom the most is there's a few things that I admire the most about you. And honestly, this goes with that question. The qualities,
Mm-hmm.
the qualities that I've gotten from you are.
Did she sing a Christmas song
Sound like it.
before Halloween?
Is she? I know.
No, we're in the middle of our game.
Hey! It's Halloween time! Ain't no Christmas songs during Halloween! Only spooky songs. No Christmas songs. Allowed right now!
Oh, she was singing Whitney Houston, y'all. She wasn't singing Christmas. My word. You okay?
Yeah.
Mm.
She wasn't singing Christmas songs.
I heard a Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it was Whitney.
Did she tell you what Whitney Houston song she was singing? Was it a Christmas Whitney Houston song?
No, I apologize.
I want to know what kind of daggone shower she taking that's taking that long.
She taking a hot shower.
Yeah, but that water consumption.
She taking the kind of shower that nobody else can take. A hot one, because after she done, ain't gonna be no more hot water.
We're gonna start charging her a water bill. Go ahead. So admire. You were talking about the things that you admire.
Yes, all the qualities that I get from you are the ones that I admire the most from you.
Okay.
It is because I saw you do these things. Like I saw you. Like those were the things that. Well, okay, so they feel like they come natural. I guess they do come natural, but because I saw you doing them is why I I think honestly the one thing I get from you the one thing I get from you the most, and the one thing that I like worked at the most, the one I admire the most about you is your networking ability. The fact that you know somebody that can do something. Doesn't matter what it is. It's like, oh, I need this. Oh, okay, well, I know Woo Bop De Bam that does Woo Bop De Bam. So, okay.
Woo Bop De Bam?
Yeah, Woo Bop De Bam. That's like, it's like a blase blase.
A who what?
A blase blase. Woo Bop De Bam. So it's like, I admire that. It's like, okay, like, it doesn't matter what your problem is or what your circumstance is. Hey, I know somebody that can help, or I know somebody that works in this field, or I know somebody that can get you there, or whatever. And that sounds what I admire the most about you, which is something that I worked on to be able to do. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Good answer. Good answer. All right. What is the funniest thing I said or did as a kid? The absolute funniest thing that I can remember about you being a kid. Like, you did a lot of funny things. You were always a really, really, really funny kid. But you were funny around us. So what I love about who you were, you showed us in the household you're funny. Like, I saw it, Moon saw it, Kayla saw it, like anyone who was in our home, like our immediate friends or whatever, we saw it. But like extended family, you know, like auntie and your granny and all of them, they really said they actually thought you needed therapy because they felt like they were like, something's wrong with him. Why doesn't he talk? Why is he so quiet? Do you think something's going on with him? I was like, no, Brian's freaking hilarious. You just don't see it. So there were two Funniest thing I said or did. Okay, so there were two things that I can remember that were probably like the absolute funniest where you made me think, oh my God, who the hell is this kid? The first time you were like 5 and we were still living in Atlanta. I was in an apartment and maybe like 4 or 5. And at school you had words, like flashcard words, and you had to put them into sentences. And the word was I am, and you had to use I am as a sentence. And you were like going through the things, you were like, so like maybe one of the words was have, and you were like, I have a bird. Because at the time you had 2 parakeets.
Oh yeah, string bean and refrigerator.
And nibblets.
Nibblets, that's
Nibblets, because
right.
you named them nibbles or niblets or something because he nibbled our fingers
Nibbles.
when we tried to get them from under the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were going through these little sentences, and you remember that apartment?
Yeah, I remember that apartment.
And you were sitting at the table, and we put up the next flashcard, and you were like, it was something else, and then you got to the word I am, and you said, you were so freaking confident. You were like, I am a pimp.
Hey!
I was like, what?
From an early age.
I was like, Brian, you were like, wait, mommy, I'm a pimp. I was like, no. And then so of course, like when that movie Little Pimp came out,
oh yeah,
I was like, why do I feel like that's Brian? But it was hilarious at the time. But then I had to say, like, where did you hear that? What do you mean you're a pimp? You were like, well, I'm a pimp. I'm a pimp. I was like, do you know what a pimp is?
yeah.
It was just horrible. But then the second time, we were coming home from our old house. And we were sitting in the driveway. And you remember the neighbors that we had that lived across the street? And
which place?
At our old house.
Sambar?
Yeah. And the lady kept...
Miss Jewel?
No. After Miss Jewel. The people who bought her house. Well, no. Remember, Miss Jewel sold her house. Yeah. The other guy bought it. Remember, his name was Lee.
Lee and Elijah and Imani were...
Yeah. Okay, and then that lady who looked like the woman from the Drew Carey show... Lived across the street, remember she was a really, really big lady.
Yeah.
And we never saw her. And the husband.
Yes.
We always saw the husband. And then they ended up having a kid. And we was like, wait, she was pregnant? And so it was like a whole mess. So anyway, remember I kept taking, like we were trying to, like all the neighbors were trying to befriend them. To say, hey, we're a community. Want to meet everyone. And she would never come see us. And so I was sitting in the driveway and I said, maybe we should take a gift over to her. And you were like, what, a treadmill? And I was like...
I was so mean. I shouldn't have said that.
But you were a teenager. And I was like, it was definitely disrespectful. It was wrong.
It was so disrespectful.
But when you said it was so funny. Because she had been so nasty to everyone. We were really trying to reach out to her. And I remember taking... baby stuff over and saying, hey, here, welcome, you have a new baby girl, congratulations. And remember, we didn't even know they had a kid until we saw all the kid stuff in the recycling. And we was like, she had a baby?
I had no idea this woman was
pregnant. She wouldn't even talk to us. Like, she'd drive in her driveway, in the garage, and close the door. And all we would see was her big ankles getting out of the car. Yeah. It was horrible.
She never came out to get the mail. She never came out to...
Yeah.
We always saw her husband.
The husband was so nice. He spoke to everyone. He was like personable. We come out, he come speak. We stand in the street and talk. He was really, really nice.
You know what it was like? Norbit and Rasputia.
It's sure, that is a good analogy.
Because he was like a thinner guy.
Yeah, he was a thin guy. She was a really, really big woman, which nothing against people. I'm overweight myself. I get it.
You overweight?
I'm overweight, honey. I'm overweight. But the thing is, she was a really, 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 really hefty woman. But if you've ever seen like the Drew Carey show, you remember the lady who was on the show that had all the horrible makeup? That's what she looked like. Like her makeup was always horrible. She looked like a complete clown.
It was bad.
It was really bad. But on top of that, she had a nasty attitude.
You can't
She
be
just
ugly and that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have called her ugly.
unfortunate.
You can't be ugly and nasty attitude. Like
Unfortunate.
you can't be unfortunate and have a nasty attitude. You gotta have one of the other. You either have to have a good personality, or because if you ain't cute, your personality has to be A plus.
Yeah.
Grade A.
She really, really was mean. Okay, it's on you.
Show me, baby, yeah. Most fun you had in Mexico. Woo! Man, let me tell y'all about Mexico. Suavemente, besame.
That's not Mexican.
What's that? What's that? What is it?
That's like Puerto Rican or Cuban, isn't it? Suavemente?
I thought that was Mexican.
No, that's salsa. Mexicans do Mexican salsa? Am I wrong? I may be wrong. Y'all don't be mad. I could be. It's definitely not because of disrespect. It's just not being knowledgeable. I thought that salsa was Puerto Rican and Cuban.
Well, I've had salsa in Mexico, so I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Oh wait, are we talking about dancing salsa or the salsa that I eat with my chips? Because I've had both in both places.
Okay, just answer the question. How much fun did you have in Mexico, son?
Mexico.
First of all, how many times have you been to Mexico?
I've been to Mexico a few times.
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, he was stationed in.
I don't know. You can't say that.
Oh.
Nah, I don't work there anymore. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's go.
He was stationed in El Paso, Texas. So there were quite a few times that it actually, where he was stationed in El Paso,
Right on the border.
it's literally on the border of Mexico. When you're driving on the highway, if you go to the left, you're going to Juarez, Mexico. If you go to the right, you're still in the US.
Yeah, I showed y'all. Yeah. So for those of y'all who know where El Paso is on the border.
It is. You look over the street, like on the left side of the street, it's Mexico. On the right side of the highway, it's the
You
U.S.
can look into Mexico from.
You can look into Mexico. It's like you're literally right there.
Yeah, so we went a few times.
A few.
When I say a few, I mean more than a few, obviously. But there was this one time. The most fun I had in Mexico was actually not while I was in El Paso. The most fun I had in Mexico was when I went to Tijuana. Tijuana? Eh?
Hold on, time out. What do you call your flip-flops?
Pantuflas. Mira mi pantuflas. Mira mi pantuflas. Mira mi pantuflas. Most fun I had in Mexico was actually in Tijuana. I don't know if y'all have ever been to Tijuana. But Tijuana? Man. I actually went to Tijuana with the girl that I was seeing at the time. Because her family was from up in that area.
Is that the one who you were drinking with, her family, and they gave you the liquor that you didn't know was really the high-priced liquor? The high percentage of liquor?
No.
Did you just gag?
Oh my God, that was a terrible time. I was lit.
Well, you were supposed to say no bueno?
No bueno. They taught me how to say bueno. I was like, bueno, bueno, bueno. I should have said no bueno, because that tequila had me lit.
Dancing on the table with the machachi.
Yeah, mariachi band. Yo, I was on the table with my shirt. I was like, llama tu mama, llama tu mama, llama tu mama. Anyways, but that.
Can I just say this really quick? Like, I'm so glad that you were in El Paso because you at least picked up on some Spanish words.
Oh, yeah.
Because before, your Spanish words would add an O to it. Like, Brian would be like, he would text us, or not text, he would write us, or text, and be like, hey, you see my musio? I'd be like, what? I got my musio. He was like, no, everything that I have in Spanish, you just add an O to it. It's like, no, dude, that's not the way Spanish works. Like,
I say it
to
I say it to my soldiers all the time. I say, mucho fastero, which is much faster in Spanish.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't
Do
know
you realize that that is slightly disrespectful? Isn't it? Is that disrespectful?
that? They make fun of us all the time. Like
But that doesn't. Just because somebody makes fun of you doesn't give you the right to make fun of them.
That's a lie. If
No.
somebody makes fun of me, I'm blaming
Okay,
them.
whoa.
I am going
Okay.
to blame them.
So here's the thing. If they make fun of you as an individual, then yeah, that's acceptable to make fun of them as an individual. But you can't make fun of someone's culture or their language or anything that could potentially disrespect a group of people. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's handicapped, you can make fun of that particular person's character and
Yes.
something with them,
Yes.
but you don't want to do anything that's disrespectful to everyone that's handicapped. So you have to be like really respectful of that. I think. I think like humor, you could attack one in humor on a one-on-one, but you don't want to do anything that's disrespectful to everyone as a whole. I just think.
She's correct. Yes, that is right.
So.
But me personally, I don't care.
I just want y'all to see that as a parent, I'm really trying, but this kid, so let me tell you what's funny. I was just talking to your granny. She called me a few days ago and was asking me, she asked me a question. I don't want to get into the whole question.
Mm-hmm.
But it was basically about being a supportive parent and if I felt that like she helped me to be a strong person and comfortable in who I am. Mm-hmm. And I brought up when you were 5, like 4 or 5. Actually, I don't even know if you were 5 yet. You may have been like 3 or 4. And I don't know if you remember, but your favorite color was red. Mm-hmm. And everything that you liked, any color that you liked, had to have glitter.
I had to have glitter.
If it didn't have glitter, he didn't like it.
I've always had to have.
Always. So, I swear I thought you were going to be gay when you were little.
Turns out I'm a wussy for...
Okay.
I didn't even say it.
But you insinuated. Stop it. So... But the thing is I remember being so angry at her because you found some red sandals with glitter that you wanted. And they were girl shoes. But you wanted them because red was your favorite color and you like glitter. Because in kindergarten and preschool, all you guys were doing was using colors and materials. So it was glitter and it was shiny and it was, these were the things that you liked. Right. And what I did not like was that I felt like they were stifling your creativity. Because I've never felt that a color or a toy or a like has ever identified your gender. You know what I mean? So I felt like if I prevented you from enjoying something that you wanted and you liked just because of what other people may think, that I would subconsciously create this space within your head that you would start caring about what other people thought about you instead of just following what you liked and not really caring what anyone else. You are who you are and they're either going to accept you for who you are or they're not. Yeah. And I was so angry because she refused to buy those shoes for you. So when you came home, you had these brown Jesus sandals. But you didn't want them. And you cried because you were so upset. Yeah. And I was upset because at the time I was living in Atlanta and Granny was in Chicago. We were still back home in Chicago. And so I was flying home every weekend. And I was like, where were the shoes at? Because I was going to fly home to Chicago just to buy you the shoes. Yeah. And then you said, that's okay, Mommy. I don't want those shoes anymore. And you found something else. It was some gym shoes or something that had lights on them or something. Mm-hmm. Or, not lights, Spider-Man, I think was on the side because you love Spider-Man. You used to run through the house with your Spider-Man.
I remember I used to have little Spider-Man pajamas.
You did, and they had wigs
and with the wigs on them? Boy, I used to be as Spider-Man was I was Spider-Man.
Yeah. So I remember being so upset. So I always wanted you to have your own individuality. And you only like to color with red crayons. You only like if it didn't have glitter, like I said, you didn't like it. So I was really good at promoting you and just being comfortable in who you were all the time. So that was like I remember that being really big for me. What was the question? Because
Most fun I had in Mexico.
how did we get on that subject? You said something.
What's your question?
No, I didn't even ask my question. I don't know. Let's carry on. It's my turn. Okay. Anyway, you were comfortable who you are. All right. Did you ever lose me in public? Not that I can remember. I was a great mom.
Babe is calling me.
Who is?
Babe.
That's nice.
Uno momento por favor.
Hey, wait, we're in the middle of recording. Hold on.
We can edit it.
No, because I don't have the editing thing.
I do.
Hey, we only got a few more questions to go.
Yeah.
Hey, Lex.
Hey. Oh.
Hey, daughter-in-law.
Okay.
Hey, can you give us a few minutes? We're almost finished with our game. Oh, okay. Hold on. Here he is.
Yeah.
She just wants to let you
I
know.
know. That's why she was calling.
But you were about to try to cake on the conversation.
I was not.
Brian.
She
so
just
do I need to pause it because we don't have
oh my
we don't have
God.
editing.
It's not that
No, not the stop.
see. I
right
know.
there.
And we're back. Sorry, I had to answer a call
From our future daughter-in-law.
from Bay.
My future daughter-in-law.
What is your question, mother?
Is it my turn?
Is it? What'd you just ask?
If I ever lost you in public. I
No.
said I never remember losing you in public.
Yeah.
What was your last question?
How most fun you had in Mexico?
See? So it's your turn.
Oh.
You've had too many shots.
There's no such thing. That's
I've
too many
only had
shots.
2.
Well, I've had more than that. What has been your biggest struggle with adulthood? The whole thing?
You
the
couldn't wait to be grown.
You're right. When you're a kid, you're a teenager, you're like, man, I can't wait to be grown so I can do what I want to do. Oh, about the bam, blase, blase. But like being an adult, it's like, why do I want this? Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I love being an adult. I know, like, a lot of times I'll be like, man, you know what? I hate it here. I want to go home. But honestly, there's never a point where I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, I don't know why I ever wanted this because I have everything that I get myself into a lot. I do.
Yes.
I actually get myself into a lot.
I probably only know about 5% of it.
Yeah, probably. So there's been
You do a lot of stupid stuff.
I'm very stupid. I'm not like mentally okay. I'm not stupid as in like I don't know things. I'm stupid as in I like to do stupid things.
Yeah. Like if people get upset at me, believe it or not, because they're like, why do you always call your son an idiot? Why do you always say, oh my God, you are so stupid? Why do you say, boy, stop fool? Like, people legitimately get mad at me and they're like, how can you insult your son like that? Okay, here's the thing. Before he even finishes answering this question, first of all, I had to kind of like grow up with my son because I became a mother really, really young. The second thing is, as he mentioned earlier on, he doesn't really care what I say. And with me as a mom, I've always believed in being very upfront and honest and like communicating and like, has there ever been a moment that you thought that I didn't love you?
Yeah, every time you beat me up. What do you mean?
That's because you were doing stupid stuff.
That's not the point. I thought you didn't love me.
You did not, boy. Shut up.
I'll be in my room like, she doesn't love me. I'm just
Shut
gonna
up.
run away. I'm just gonna
No,
leave.
you be in your room like, Here.
Yo, I swear to God, I'm gonna live.
But
Oh,
seriously, like he's not affected by it at all, and I don't ever mean it like in a really like in a derogatory way. I'm just saying that like you're an idiot.
I'll tell you myself, I'm stupid.
Okay.
That's a disclaimer. Before, when I meet people, and it doesn't matter. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm stupid. And it's not stupid as in like don't
Not ignorant.
I'm not ignorant.
He's not ignorant at all.
I'm very intelligent and I can articulate myself very well. However,
he just does really dumb things
I
often.
get these thoughts in my head and they're like, do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And it's
you only live once.
Yeah. It's only like one you have this like one time and some people call it stupid. Some people will call you a legend. So honestly, you just gotta choose which one do you want to be.
I just don't want you to be a legend and that be the last thing that we have on your obituary.
That's fair.
Because you're the kid that's like, yeah, we're gonna ride bareback on a bear through the mountains.
That sounds like a good time to me.
See, that's the problem. Yeah.
Honestly, listen. What was my name? My biggest struggle with adulthood is I don't actually. I've had struggles with adulthood. I mean, honestly, I feel like everybody does, especially when you're in your early 20s. I'm in my early 20s. When you're in early 20, you honestly you have this mindset of like, I know nobody knows what I'm going through, or I'm the only person that's going through my situation, and I do that to myself still a lot. But it's like I've gotten myself to a place where I have enough resources to figure everything out. So I don't have any struggles as in like.
You gotta learn that you have to remember to use your resources though.
And that's something I'm learning.
Because that's one of the things you don't do.
I don't because
you don't use them beforehand.
And you know why? It's because I don't want to have to rely on resources. I like to rely on myself.
Yeah, but what you need to process is that at this age, you have to rely on your resources until you've mastered it. Because especially things you've never done before. So, like a home buying process. Because you've never done it before, you need to rely on people who have done it before to know how to do it. Now, after you've done it 2 or 3 times and you mastered it, or however many times, whatever it is that you're doing, then you don't have to rely on anyone anymore.
Yeah.
But the thing is you think, oh, I'm an adult, I could do this, I read this, I know this. Your steps to creating comfort and wealth and knowledge for yourself needs to be asking people as if you know nothing.
I do that too. I do that.
But you got to remember that because there are some things that you've done that you just jump into it because you're like, oh, well, I read up on this or someone told me this. Yeah. But just like you said early on, you know that I know someone somewhere in something or in some fashion that can assist with whatever it is that you have. So you have to learn to rely on that and gather information from all of the people or at least as many as you possibly can in order to be as knowledgeable as you can before you make that step. Because what happens is you think you know enough and then you start making those steps and then you screw up along the way, or there could have been things that could have made it easier for you or could have helped you out. Yeah. And you miss out on that because you're like, oh, well, I got this because I'm an adult.
You're just right.
So you have to learn to take a step back. In everything that you do, my expectation is for you to remind yourself that you're walking in with no knowledge. Even if you have it. You can never have too much information.
You're right. You're all right. Now, I can see it from both sides because I like to, I'm not going to say I like to, but what I feel helps me most is some people learn by seeing, some people learn by doing, and I'm a person that learns by doing. So honestly, I'm gonna use the stove again. You can tell me that the stove is hot. Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna touch that stove.
Yes, you are.
I want to know. I need to know for myself.
But
so
you're not gonna tell nobody you burned your hand.
No.
And then when I say, Brian, how'd your hand get burned? I don't know.
But that's the kind of person that I am. So I want to just cut out that part because you can tell me something and you can be like, hey, stove is hot, but bam, I'll be like, okay.
Is it hot or is it hot?
Yeah, like how hot is the stove really? Like maybe the stove was hot for you, but it's not gonna be that hot to me. So I'm gonna want to touch the stove.
Maybe your skin is made.
Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe,
like, dude, all skin is the same.
maybe you got little girl skin.
Really? So you trying to say that women's skin is different than men's skin? You do realize that skin is skin, right? You see what I'm talking about? I'll be like, boy, you stupid.
Maybe your skin is whatever. And it's like, I feel like I can do it better than you can. So it's like, I'm going to touch the stove and be like, oh, wow, that stove was pretty hot. Next time I'll do this. So I don't know. I just feel like I like to experience things on my own to form my own opinion. And yes, of course, get the knowledge that, comes with it from everybody else. And then I will form my own curriculum.
But you do have to understand that you should never want to make mistakes that can be avoided.
Yes.
So it's okay to have your own curriculum. That's not even appropriate. Why are you saying? Why did you have me repeat that? That was just stupid. Boy, you should never want to have create mistakes that could have been avoided. So if I say, Brian, when you're going to this destination, I know the navigation says to make 2 lefts and a right. But if you make 2 lefts and a right, one of those lefts is a dirt road. So instead, I'm going to need you to make 1 left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. And you say, nah, I'm going to make 2 lefts and a right.
That's exactly what I'm going to say.
But I'm going to say, Brian, your tires are going to get stuck because one of those roads has a really muddy swamp area. And I know that you think that that's a shorter method, but if you go that way, you're going to be stuck. And you're going to have to call a tow truck. And a tow truck's going to cost you $400. And then you're going to have to wait 3 hours for them to come. And that area is heavily populated by alligators. And you don't want to go that way. You are the idiot that's going to be like, I can see alligators?
Essentially, yes. Because me and you are going to look at that as 2 different things.
You look at it as an experience.
Yes.
But I look at it as time that you could have saved to be in a better position than you would have been. Because now you've just missed out on opportunities. So let's say, had you made the left, the right, the left, and the right like I suggested, if you would have made it there in time, you could have met some multi-billionaire that wants to invest in an idea that you have. You just missed out on that opportunity because you decided to take the 2 lefts and a right and be stuck and out $400 or however much I said, and you done lost your left leg to an alligator.
See,
so now you got hospital bills.
You are missing a vital.
Looking like Timmy, little Timmy off of the Christmas Story.
You're missing a vital piece. I am a guy built on experience. All right? Experience, good times, and more good times.
You know what my problem is? I raised you with too much confidence.
Yes, and I mean, it's not even the confidence. It's that Sure,
Is that right to say as a parent?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I understand if you built me cocky. You built me confident.
You're not cocky.
I'm just confident.
You're really, really confident. You really, truly, like everything that I sought out to instill in you, you grasped it.
I'm a fast learner. I just hate to apply myself. That's not the point. The point is, I would much rather. I'm going to take that route with the alligators and the mud and everything because that is going to make for an awesome story. Look, I people, and yes, you say, oh, you lose time and you're going to lose. There is no time lost where there is time already. Because, yeah, time is everlasting. So would I rather take my time? I'm telling you right now, all of my best stories, all of my greatest stories, the greatest times I've ever had was doing the complete opposite of what somebody told me to do. And until the day comes where somebody tells me something and I do the opposite and I do not come out with a fantastic story, or I don't come out with something that is spectacular for mankind, I'll stop.
Do you know you get that from me too? That's what's scary. I'm the daredevil.
Yeah, you gotta be bold. Be daring. Be brash. Be bold. You gotta go out there. You gotta grab life by the horns. You gotta wrestle it. Wrestle it.
Which one of my friends did you hate the most? Who was that boy, AJ?
CJ.
Him.
CJ.
He was a letter boy. Because he was trouble.
CJ was not
trouble.
Bad.
He made bad decisions. You sure that boy didn't want AJ?
I have an AJ. I know two AJs.
What's the one that stole the beer?
That was CJ.
Him. That's the one I didn't like.
And he didn't steal beer. He stole Four Locos.
Isn't that beer?
No.
Oh.
That's alcohol. CJ was stealing us Four Locos.
He was stealing y'all? But y'all didn't know he was stealing them.
Mom, I thought everybody knew we knew he was stealing them.
I'll whoop you right now.
Mom, yes, we knew he was stealing the Four Locos.
Y'all all should have went to jail.
You're right, but we didn't.
Who are you? You know better.
Mom.
What was the one thing that I told you growing up?
Yes, Mom.
That I don't. What happened?
You don't do jail, but that's
right.
not.
I'm allergic to
jail, but that's not the point.
And if you go to
jail,
don't do what?
Call you. And
exactly.
Guess what I didn't do? Call her. Look, listen. We got cuffed up.
CJ was the problem. And y'all clearly were the problem too.
We were all the problem.
You and Tori were heathens.
We were all the problem, Mom.
Go pull your question, boy.
I thought y'all didn't know that.
Pull the question.
We just lied to y'all so y'all wouldn't be that mad at us.
On Mother's Day.
Yeah,
you do dumb stuff on Mother's Day.
I had to call her on Mother's Day and told her that we had been arrested because we were at the
No, but they let you go because of your uncle.
I mean, yeah, but
you better be boy, read the question. Jesus bless it.
It's been years.
Jesus bless it.
Name a time I embarrassed you and you were angry.
You were angry. I embarrassed you and you were angry.
Ooh, a time that you embarrassed. So, a time I wasn't embarrassed, but I was angry. So, I told y'all before, I don't play about my money, my alcohol, and my mama. My mama used to come up to the school.
I didn't think that would be it. That wasn't embarrassing.
Mom.
I wasn't doing nothing. That wasn't my fault. That was a little horny friend. friends.
Nah, y'all already know how little boys be. My mom used to come up to the school and they be like, "Oh, Brian, your mama phone. Oh, that's your mama. Oh, that's your mama." You didn't hear how they were talking about you. I did. They used to piss me off.
Your Uncle Cal used to try to help you and give you like suggestions for things to say.
See, but that's my problem. I don't like to say anything. I want to fight you. There's nothing we need to discuss.
You used to be so little.
I was, and that was I used to be tiny. I was about 4'11" until like the 10th grade.
Yeah, you were a little boy.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
People used to think you were 7 and you were like,
yeah, I'm like
12.
I'm like 12, 13. Like, it used to piss me off. I wasn't embarrassed. I was just angry. I'd be like,
I was just moving. Appropriately.
And so she used to come up to the school and be like, "Oh, your mom's so fun." She used to walk out to the ice cream truck in these little short shorts.
I never wore short shorts. I had on like spandex pants or like yoga pants or something like that.
So obviously we're gonna lie today.
I never wore short shorts.
I specifically remember you wearing short shorts.
No, I never wore short shorts. I wore short shorts around the house.
Okay, and the ice cream truck came outside.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about at your school. Yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the boys in the neighborhood was like, "Hey, your mama's so fun. I'm like, I'll beat you. I'll fight you right now." I've always been about action. Ain't no talking about nothing. Yeah. Either we finna fight.
You really were that one. You never talk.
I don't talk. There's nothing to talk about. If I don't like you, and which is rare, I like everybody. Yeah. There's a select few that I don't like.
You had a couple of tussles where people didn't understand.
Yeah, and
fight, and they was like, "Oh, he's so little."
He's so little, but I've always had the stickies. You
remember the first time you were like afraid to fight? And that little boy had kicked your little juicy. Remember the little juice boxes, like the little, what do they call, hugs? Mm-hmm. He took your hugs every day after school on the bus.
I don't remember that.
And you used to get mad because they used to drop you off like right over by Denby Circle.
I don't remember getting dropped off over there.
And some little boy, he kept taking your stuff, and you told us, and you were like, "You been picking on me?" I was like, "Oh, okay." And then, of course, what's his name went over there and was like, "You been messing with my son?" Talking about all that was going on. And the boy was like, "No." And Brian was like, "Yes, you said." You were like, "Yes, you did." We was like, "You better fight him. Because if he been picking on you," because he kept pushing you. He was pushing you on the bus. And he was taking your stuff. And we was like, the next time he pushed you, you better push him back. And you ended up getting suspended from the bus. And we was like, "We'll take him to school. Because what you not going to do." Yeah. But I remember I went up to the school and I had a discussion with them. And I was like, "Look, somebody put their hands on him. He got instructions to bust them up. We're not playing that game." So
I've only ever been beat up one time.
What was that?
3rd grade. I'll never forget, because you never forget a behind me.
I don't remember that.
3rd grade, remember, the bus used to be so packed because they used to drop off Fox Run, Denby Circle, and Hidden Ponds. Mm-hmm. They used to drop off for 3 neighborhoods.
Was that little heavy, dark-skinned boy?
He wasn't heavy. He was just
bigger.
Henry.
Henry who?
Henry, rest in peace. He's not alive anymore. He passed away. Remember?
Yeah, but we took you back up there to fight him.
No, that boy, that's the boy that beat me up on the bus. So we used to have to sit 3 to a seat, and kids would have to sit on the floor. So the bus was packed, and it was Henry was sitting on the outside. I was in the middle.
Why did I not know y'all was sitting on the floor?
Everybody, I told y'all that.
I don't remember that.
It was bad. Like, the bus was packed. You gotta remember, it was a lot of kids that lived in these 3 neighborhoods.
I would have taken you to school. I didn't know that y'all had to sit on the floor.
Yeah. I never sat on the floor.
I never remember.
I always got a seat.
I never remember that. But maybe that's why.
I always got a seat. But, and this was back, I would always sit with Amber. Remember, you should look 2 doors down, Gerald's daughter.
Yeah, Amber and
DeVaris.
DeVaris, yeah.
So I would always sit with.
I can't see. You know I'm blind. Go ahead, B.
So I would always try to sit with Amber, and so we were sitting three to the seat. Henry was on the outside. I was in the middle, and Amber was on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to put. I was doing something with my schoolwork on the bus, and I was trying to put my stuff back in my book bag before we got off the bus. And Henry was like, so we were sitting three to the seat, so I had to like move my shoulder, move my elbow like around, like my stuff in my bag. And he was like, and my elbow had like touched his shoulder. He was like, quick, man, like stop touching my shoulder. And I was like, I'm just trying to put my stuff in my book bag. It's not that deep. Man, he was like, and so I did it. He was like, if you put your elbow on my shoulder again, I'm gonna beat you up. And I was like, you know me. Okay. So I did it again, and he beat me up. So
you didn't fight back?
I couldn't fight back. So I did it again.
Why don't I remember this? Do you realize that if I would have known this, I would have made you go to Henry's house and whoop his tail?
Y'all went to Henry's house to talk to his mom.
I don't remember talking to nobody's mom.
It might have been other dude then.
I remember the little boy with the juice box. Mm-hmm. But I don't remember nothing with no little boy named Henry.
Yeah, little boy Henry. He lived in Denby Circle. He lived on the street. Y'all went to. I thought you were there too. Y'all went. But maybe
what house did they live at?
It was on. So as soon as you cross, you come out of Hitton Pines, and it's that street that was right before that takes you into Denby. So you get to the stop sign.
Was it the boy who shot his girlfriend?
I think so. Yeah, and then shot himself.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he killed himself. He killed his girlfriend.
I remember that. I do remember that. Yeah. I do remember that. Because we were going to make you fight him again. I talked to his mama, and his mama was going to talk to him. Yeah. I remember that. And I remember telling you, if he put his hands on you again, you better pick up whatever you find and whoop his tail.
So that's the thing. If we would have fought straight up, it would have been a different situation, but that wasn't what happened.
Don't you wish MMA was around during that time?
Honestly, yeah. But I mean, even then, even before I started doing all that stuff, he was like, the problem was, I did it, and he jumped. Like, I was still trying to put my stuff in my bag. He just got up, like, sitting right next to me, and was like pinning me and was hitting me.
We already know he was crazy.
And I couldn't do anything because I was like, and Amber was holding me to like try to get me away from him, and I'm like, I can't do nothing. So
yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, in the bus driver, so I was like, oh, I couldn't do nothing.
But then you never lost a fight after.
Oh, like, yeah, that's the only fight I ever lost.
Yeah.
I don't lose more fights.
All right, so it's on me, right? Mm-hmm. What was the most annoying thing I did as a baby? You were scared to get dirty. That used to bug the crap out of me. Like, you didn't want to fall in the grass. If your hands were dirty, you're like, my hands are dirty. My hands are dirty, mommy. I used to hate that. I was like, boy, your hands are going to be dirty. That's why you get to wash them. You're like, but they're dirty now. You were such a weirdo.
I still like my hands getting dirty, but now I just don't mind because I can go wash them after.
You could have washed them before.
Yeah,
you're just a weirdo. Oh my god. I was like, this kid is weird.
Yeah, that's not funny.
Read the question first. Read it first. Read the question first, Brian.
I'm not reading that question.
Read it.
I'm not reading that question.
Okay, let me see it. I won't read it, I promise. I promise. Go ahead and take a drink. That was the question you sent me. the worst part of being my mother?
What?
It says, what is the worst part of being my mother?
Oh,
What is
yeah, I was
my
like,
worst part of being your
yeah,
mother?
yeah.
That you are so confident and that you care so little that I think it prevents you from taking the guidance that you need to be better.
That's fair. I can accept that.
Yeah. Like I always say, I love the fact that you're so comfortable and confident in who you are, but I wish I would have instilled a little I don't want to say fear because I don't want you to be fearful. But sometimes I think I raised you too confidently. Like, even when I was asking, because I messaged a couple of friends and I was like, I need questions like to ask Brian. And they was like, y'all so freaking open anyway. Wouldn't he not answer? Like, I messaged several people and they were all saying the same. It was like, what can you ask him that he's not going to answer?
That last question?
That last question he would not answer. That's okay. The fact that he wouldn't answer tells me the answer that I needed to know. Or I really didn't need to know, but it answers the question. Go ahead, it's on you.
Excellent. What's a goal you have yet to achieve? A goal I have yet to achieve is actually I've achieved all my goals.
Yeah, you don't have any new goals?
I have like goals that I've like just set for myself in my current situation. I set goals based on my situation.
Oh, okay. I kind of do that too.
So
I do that too.
Yeah. So now that I've in my new situation, now I have a new set of goals, and and I don't want to say goals that I've yet to achieve because I don't want it to seem like I haven't achieved these goals because I haven't been trying or because or anything. It's because these are brand new goals that I'm striving for.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So you didn't write enough questions. I wrote more questions than you did.
That was 20 questions.
Okay. So I don't know. I think you may have like 10 more in there. So is there a random question that you want to ask me?
I wrote down all the questions that I wanted to ask.
You don't have any more questions that you can think of? Okay, well then you get to answer more of yours. I have questions.
I see. When was the last time you cried?
That's a good one.
That is. All right. So I really do not cry.
You don't cry?
I don't know anything about that question. This is what yeah. I don't know. The last time that I cried, like boo-hoo cried. The last time I boo-hoo cried was Gabby.
Yeah.
Since Gabby, I have lost a good few of friends, or whatever. But the last time or if I like anything comes up that reminds me of Gabby or anything, I won't cry, but I'll be a little, but last time I boo-hoo cried was Gabby.
Yeah, I can see that. That was big.
Yeah, that was big for me. But
okay.
What's the worst thing you've done while drunk? This is a good question.
I forgot I put that in there.
I have done some crazy, crazy things while I was drunk. When you say worse, see, your definition of worse and my definition of worse are two different things.
Your definition of worse.
Oh, the worst thing that I think that I've done while I was drunk.
That was the question. Why am I almost afraid to hear this?
It's actually, there's been all kinds of things. Worst thing I can say I've done while I was drunk was amateur night.
Okay, that's it. Read the next question.
Okay. I'm sure y'all would like to hear about amateur night.
No one wants to hear about that.
If you could change one thing about your childhood, what would it be? If I could change one thing about my childhood, I wish I would have taken. I wish I would have taken more chances.
Was that the end of the question? Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff in there.
If you could change one thing about your childhood, what would it be?
Oh, okay.
I wish I would have taken more chances as a child. It wasn't until I got later on into like my preteen and teenage years that I really started pushing my limits. Pushing. I just wish I would have done more because I was very, believe it or not, I did not have as much confidence then as I do now. People think that I've always been just this confident or this
you were
open.
confident in high school.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, I wish I would have embraced who I was a lot sooner than I did. I'll say that. I just wish I would have embraced myself a lot sooner, or been more sure of myself. Because now I'm unstoppable. I am incredible.
That is true.
But then I was self-conscious.
But no one knew you were self-conscious.
I was really good at playing it off.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, encouraging to be you. Like, you remember your Hello Kitty phase?
Yeah.
You were, like, really big into Hello Kitty. And I'll never forget the time we went to the fair. And there was a guy that was on one of the games, and you had a satin Hello Kitty book bag. And he was like, Brian was walking through with this it was a pink satin Hello Kitty book bag. And I remember he was so mad because Jessica tore that bag up because she had Cheetos in it.
Yep.
So anyway, he was walking through the park and he had this bag. And there was a guy that was working at one of the amusement park games at the fair, the state fair here in South Carolina. And he was like, he shouldn't be carrying that bag. He's a boy. Girl, that's a girl bag. And I was like, why? He likes Hello Kitty. He's a boy. If he likes it, he's comfortable in carrying it. I was like, he got more girls than you could ever get. And I remember like checking this man on the game. And at the time, like all the girls were walking by, they were like, hey, Brian. Brian was like, hey, what's up, girl? What's up?
Because I'm the man.
But the thing was that was his thing. So all through high school, every year, he got a brand new Hello Kitty book bag. And he always made sure that it was like a bright pink color. One of them had glitter.
Yep.
I think another one was like bedazzled. It had bedazzles on it, all this stuff. And I was like, if he's comfortable carrying it, that's what he wants. It should not be gender neutral, or
it should be.
Gender neutral.
Yeah.
And so I remember that being like really, really big for me. So I was glad that you took those type of chances. But I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that I supported you.
Yep.
You remember the year you dressed up as like a medieval maiden princess?
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. We got into a fight on 5 points.
We didn't get into a fight, but it got ugly. Cause that man called you a faggot.
Mm-hmm.
And I was about to rip him. I was like, cause you were 15.
Yeah, I was young.
He was 15. And how that came about, Kaylin wanted to be a prince. No,
Yeah.
Kaylin was Rainbow Bright that
Mhm.
year.
I remember.
And Kaylin was like, Brian, you should be a princess. And Brian was like, but I'm a boy. And she's like, so boys can be princesses if they want. And we was like, yeah, no,
They can't.
They can't.
They can't.
And she was like, but it's Halloween. You can be whatever you want to be. And I was like, well, it is Halloween, you know? And Brian was like, Kaylin, you know, and this is just like him as a big brother saying, if you want me to be a princess, Kaylin, I'll be a princess.
Be a princess.
You know, all right, I'm gonna go trick or treating with my sister.
Exactly. I don't care. My
sister wants me to be a princess.
My sister will be a princess. I'm gonna be a princess.
Yeah. So Brian found this. Actually, Kaylin picked out this medieval times princess dress.
It's a beautiful gown.
And the dress was like, it was really beautiful. It was a whole
it was actually
fitted with like the medieval time. It was really, really dope.
I was bad.
And Kaylin used to wear wigs all the time, like for dress up. So she found this wig, she gave it to Brian for him to wear, and Brian had on this medieval dress, and he had this long, curly, like wig on.
Yeah.
With a little crown, like a medieval, I don't know if it was like a Renaissance.
Like tiara
or something that went with the dress. And he was walking through, but he was walking like a guy. And as he was walking through 5 Points, he was like, trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Like,
Yeah, it was, because the truth is, he really did look like a girl.
I look like a girl. I look just like my sister.
Yeah, so his older sister, Nita, he really looked just like her.
Just like her.
And so, and then of course he has, how old was Kaylin at the time? Like
she was young.
5 or 6, something like that. Yeah. And so we're walking, we'll see, there's 8 years difference between you two. Yeah. So if you were 15.
Should I be 4?
Yeah. Yeah. She had to be 4. You're right, because that was the year she did that mouse video. Yeah. She had to be 4. And so, you know, he's doing this because he's trick-or-treating with his sister. We're in 5 Points. He's like, I'm going to dress up. And so we're walking through 5 Points, and we walk by, and there are a bunch of drunk kids. It's like, I don't know, 6 to... They were grown. Wait, they were adults, but you could tell they were college students. Probably. Like college age, early 20s. Yeah. You know? And they're all sitting at a table, and there's probably 6 to 8 of them. And they're in the middle of 5 Points, they're drinking, and one of the guys says, Brian walks by the table, and he's like, hey, happy Halloween, trick or treat. And this guy says, he's a effing faggot. Yeah. And I was like, he's a kid, it's Halloween, don't be disrespectful, he's 15. And he was like, whatever, lady, you're in denial. He's an effing faggot. Okay, so I told you already, he's a child. So then, of course, it kind of went left from there. So like him, I don't play with my money, my family, people who are really, really close to me, but definitely not my children. You screw my children, it's a whole nother story.
He was bad. I was pulling my dress up. I was ready to fight.
Yeah,
I was pulling my dress up like, what's up?
Brian
what you say,
mama? He was like, what you say?
What you say?
Did my mama say?
What you say to my mama?
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad. I was ready to bang.
Bad.
Me and my dress was finna got it. Put stickies on them.
You remember when in the Starbucks? And you were like, are y'all out of candy? Are y'all out of candy?
Yeah.
And the man was like, whoa.
What? They thought they could have sworn I was a little female. Okay. What's the meanest thing? Come here.
Make sure you got clothes on.
Please. What's the meanest thing you've ever done? Oh, I've done some mean things.
Have you? I don't take you to be a mean person. I don't raise you to be mean.
So, what I think is mean is what I don't think is mean is going to be mean to somebody else.
What?
I'm not a mean person, but some would perceive things that I've done as mean.
Do people really think you're mean though?
Nobody thinks I'm mean. People just so Jasmine thinks I'm mean,
Excuse me. I'm on.
but I'm not mean. I'm just blunt, honest, and straight to the point.
Jasmine don't really count though as being somebody to think that somebody is mean.
She thinks everybody's mean.
Huh?
She thinks everybody's mean.
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Listen.
Cause you gotta edit this video and
Yes.
you know, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Jasmine, my daughter. Join us.
Come on, join us. No, I'm doing some homework.
Huh?
You doing homework
Homework?
on Sunday night? You been here the whole weekend.
I have 3 questions.
Okay, so you can come join us.
Okay.
What?
Join us for the video.
No, come here.
Ew.
It really be your own people.
It really do. Every time. This how she treat me all the time. She don't never want to be part of nothing.
No, y'all just. What y'all doing? I have to tell the truth on this. I don't.
We not asking you
we not asking
questions,
outrageous-
fool.
We're not asking
Y'all
outrageous.
just want me in the camera?
Come put your face in the camera.
Let me get some of that.
Oh.
Okay, what's the meanest thing you did?
The meanest thing I've ever done is probably to one of my soldiers. Well, he wasn't one of my soldiers. He was a soldier of somebody else's. He was a private, and so we do this thing when we get new privates. Is it's like this unspoken rule that you never ask an NCO. You don't ask your sergeant to help you with. Don't ask your sergeant to help you carry your stuff. That's your stuff. You sign for it.
Carry something?
So he was a new private, and he had so when new privates come, they get like at least 4 or 5 bags full of stuff, like full of their equipment, like the gear that they gotta wear, whatever. So we do this thing. So we'll ask you, like, let's say if Kay was a new private, just getting to the unit. So she's like struggling with her stuff, like coming up the stairs, or whatever. And so so there was this kid. He was he was a fuzzy.
A fuzzy? What's a fuzzy?
That's E1.
Oh. Why do y'all call them fuzzies?
Because they don't have a rank. It's fuzzy on their rank. You know how I have a rank. I've got stripes on my rank.
That's stupid, but okay, got it.
Okay, cool. So
Is she laughing at us? Or
no, she's laughing at. So this fuzzy asked me was like, so he was like walking past like our little Bay Area, kind of where I work. So I was outside and he was like trying to bring his stuff up the stairs. He was like struggling or whatever, and I was like, "Hey man, you good?" He was like, "Roger, Sergeant, I'm good." Okay. You want some help? And he was like, at that point, you're supposed to say, "Negative, Sergeant, I got it. It's my stuff."
You set him up.
Yeah, I set him up. That's what you do. You set him up. He was like, "Negative, Sergeant, I got it. It's my stuff. I can carry it." That's what you're supposed to say. He said, I was like, "Hey, you need some help?" He was like, "Well, Roger, Sergeant, that's nice." I was like, cool. So when we try to say they want some help carrying their stuff, you know what you do? Move no. You toss it. You throw it. I opened up his bag. I was like, "Oh, you do need help." Too easy. Opened up his little bag. Tossed all his stuff. Threw his bag to on the other side of the street. All his stuff was laid out. He was just looking at me like, I was like, "You want me to help you carry your stuff?" Pick it up. I'm like, don't worry, I got you. I'll help you. I will help you learn how to carry your own stuff. He was so upset. He was so sad. You know what he did? Picked up his stuff. I've tossed it. I've done that at least 2 or 3 times. Hey, you need help? They're like, yeah, you said you need some help? Oh, you look like you're struggling. You need some help? I help you out. You need some help? Oh, Roger, Sergeant, yeah. Help. Excellent. Throw it down. You throw their stuff down the stairs. You take it. Pick it up.
Who are you?
You gotta, no, that's one thing. You have to carry your weight.
But that's not being a good human.
Okay. When you over there, overseas, and you are worried about somebody being a human, then you have a problem.
Touche, my dude. Touche.
I don't care how human you are.
Touche.
I need to know if you got my back or not.
Touche.
If you can't carry your own stuff.
So do you think that if you over there and somebody need you to have their bag, do you think that opening their bag and tossing it is having their bag?
No, he's trying to say if you can't even carry your own stuff, what makes you think if you're overseas and you have to carry your...
Don't act like you're 16 and you know stuff.
Thank you, Kay.
If you can't even carry your stuff, you can't carry your person on your back.
Exactly. Kay, come through. Come through, Kay. Go off. Go off, sis. Go off. Exactly. You can't pull your own weight. What makes you think that you can't carry your own weight? The person next to you is not. And how can you carry his?
Touche, my dude. Touche.
Somebody gets shot, you gonna have to carry him across the line. You can't carry your own stuff. How you gonna carry your stuff and somebody else's stuff too?
Got it.
It's just a different mindset.
I process.
All right.
I digress.
So honestly, as a human,
So that was the meanest thing you've done?
I think that is mean. But
As a soldier.
as a
it's
soldier,
showing
and
responsibility.
exactly as a soldier in my profession, it is a responsible thing. It is something that builds character.
Got it.
Exactly.
I would throw all Kaylin's stuff down the stairs, huh?
I mean, if that's what's gonna build her character.
She was like, what?
I need you to carry my stuff.
No. But yeah, Caitlin's gonna do it. You get new little JRTC recruits. They ask you to help with their stuff. You go, yeah. You know what? You need some help? I got you. Don't even worry about it. If you gotta kick their stuff around like. I'm trying to help you learn how to carry your own stuff.
Kaylin going in as an officer.
You're not gonna have as much fun as I do, and that sucks. You're gonna
She's
make more
talking
money.
about going to the Air Force.
Well, you're gonna make more money, but that's not the point. Guess who gets to have all the fun?
You know,
This guy.
she's not the fun one.
Yeah, I'm the fun one. I'm definitely
I'm
the
not
fun.
fun with y'all.
Yeah, but
You're right, but guess what?
you're
I'm
still more
fun.
responsible than your brother.
I'm fun with everybody.
So you know what I have realized is that one day when I'm really really old, and if I ever have to be like in a home or live with either one of you, Kaylin's gonna be the one to make sure that everything's taken care of. You're the one that's gonna bring me
Now, when you
edibles,
get-
alcohol, and
When you get
And
aggravated,
treats.
I'm gonna give you the Nita.
Anita. Well, you know why? But I've already realized that Angelique and I are gonna be together.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna be in the same home.
I mean, Moon will be with me, but like Angelique and I will be the two. You're not gonna be with me, but huh? Oh, Jesus.
yeah, behind years.
I'm just saying, but Angelique and I want to be in houses next to each other. As long as they're like
houses.
yeah.
So y'all can just take care of each other. Y'all don't need that.
Well, I mean, I got room.
Y'all gonna be in a nice little retirement home.
Y'all wanted me in y'all's video.
Hey, that was a good one.
Right.
What? Stop! Break it up!
That was a good one. You gotta give credit what credit's
She
due.
always does that. It's so disgusting.
You're just never mind.
What your next question be? What your next question? You leaving us?
Yeah.
Okay, so my phone is recording. Reading out loud.
V word. Woo! S word. I got a story for y'all A words. So I went to the toy store Friday.
Oh,
You know how to look around, right?
That doesn't
So-
sound like a question for the video. For your question, boy.
I'll just wait to read it after. What habit is hard for you to break? Is that you or me?
What habit do you have that's hard to break?
Oh, a habit that I have that's hard to break
Right.
is I have a bad habit of not caring.
Yes, you do.
And it's not even a habit that I'm working to fix.
You still don't have a question for me?
How many questions?
It's not that many more.
Christ, I thought we agreed on 20.
I finished reading. No, you said 20, but I was right now and I said more, and then I told you how many I had.